Hi Anuj, how are you, my friend?
Hi, nice meeting you. Yeah,
Nice to
good,
meet
good.
you. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I'm just walking in my office to a separate area, but great stuff. Yeah, I'm not. I believe I spoke to Edith from your company at some
Yeah, I
point.
think
Was
so.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it was Eden that you had a chat with, and I guess the idea of this call really is just a bit more of an intro from me, and sort of get to understand a bit about sort of where you're at in your journey and sort of what the business does, and I guess then effectively try and sort of figure out how there's an opportunity to collaborate and sort of what we can probably help you do and whatnot. Whereabouts are you based? Because I can tell you now, it's not cold weather where I am.
It's very air conditioning environment here in my office.
Oh,
So
it must be
I'm
cold. You've
I'm
got like a
I'm
winter coat on.
Yeah, they've got. I don't know what the temperature outside is because I haven't been out for lunch, but because I've been working. But yeah, it's quite cold here. So probably 16 degrees,
Oh
and
wow,
I'm
it's quite chilly.
I'm relatively thin as well, so I get the cold very easily. So
Yeah, sure. Hey, no, it's fine. This is why I brought it out. But yes, I guess really, I'd like to learn a bit more about what it is you do and the business and sort of where you're at in your journey. And then I guess from my perspective, like I said, I
Hmm.
can start to give you a bit of info to how maybe we can help and yeah, feed into that really.
Yeah, sure. First of all, let me clarify, there is no business
Okay.
as it stands. So I don't know if that is. Are you looking for a business? Is that what you do or?
No, no, no. I guess I was intrigued to understand what it is that what you do
Oh,
as
well,
a
my
business.
profession.
Yeah, yeah, profession
Okay,
and what it is you do. And then
okay,
I
okay.
guess, like I said, from there, I can then start to give you some ideas to how we can potentially help you to gain
Sure,
whatever it maybe
sure.
it is that we need to look at. So,
Yes, sure. I'm a risk manager in my company,
okay,
construction company,
okay,
and I'm looking to invest some money, which I've got for my mother. Sh Yeah, sad situation. Last year, my father passed away,
oh, sorry to hear that.
and my mom, um, she's a housewife, so I'm doing all I can to take care of her.
Mm.
Uh, Thankfully, there is some life insurance that paid out, but and the pension from the company, so there is quite a good amount to work with,
Okay,
um, to the point that the overall estate value is a bit above 1 million.
okay,
If I include a residential house, buy to let, and the investments. So
sure,
my mom has got a total net value about 1.2.
okay,
Uh, so about liquid cash about 500K.
okay. So you're looking for somewhere to invest that effectively into some properties and whatnot.
Yes, and at the same time mitigate IST and also get that income in the most what do you call tax efficient way.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
yeah,
Okay,
my mom is a basic rate taxpayer, so I'm going to be setting up some meetings with tax accountants as soon as I can.
yeah, for
Um,
sure. Okay,
yeah,
no,
to
that
get
makes
that. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, okay. So that's a bit of an interesting one for me. So I guess to give you a bit of background on what we do, we're a digital agency for people who work in the property space. Um,
Okay.
so we tend to work with deal sourcers, investors, estate agents, property professionals that are looking to grow their portfolio, invest in new I guess builds and new property developments, or estate agents that are looking to sell properties. You know, we market their properties and their business. So it'd be slightly interesting, obviously, because this is a bit more. I guess this is slightly different, right? This is, you're like you said, you don't have a business that you're looking to market. You're just looking to find an opportunity to invest some money. Um,
Correct.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
so
I might set up a company, but to make it tax efficient.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, but there is no company as it stands, and
yeah.
yeah, it's only for it's, yeah, may get a number of properties, but
Mm.
yeah, it's for you to tell me if there's any match because right previously I spoke to your colleague and there was no match.
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah. Who did you speak to before?
I can't remember the person's
Trevor,
name.
by any chance?
No idea. But it
No.
was. I got told by your colleague that person is a newcomer.
Oh, okay. Fair
So
enough.
so
Interesting
so
for me. Interesting for me. Okay. Yeah,
um,
it would be very different, like I said, to the people that we tend to work with. I guess from your perspective, it would be trying to find people that are looking for investment. Um, okay, because I like from my perspective, like the what we charge every month. So if you were to do something around like paid ad campaigns, you'd be looking at like £2,000 a month to market something. Um, and then if you were to do like for example, if you were on LinkedIn and you were looking to invest, to look for people to connect with, that would cost you about £2,000 a month. So I don't really, obviously, because you don't have like a business, do you? I think this is the point I'm trying to get to, is this is not your profession, is it? This is not your
no.
business you're running. This is almost like like you said, it's a personal thing where you've got money to invest.
Yeah, and I'm not looking for investors either. So,
No.
because I've got that. So yeah, it's for you to tell me.
Yeah.
Uh, Very, very weirdly, if you know, the first one, yeah, the first call we had, there was no match, and but your colleague who phoned me, she said it looks like there might be a match, but
Okay.
because I'm not, yeah, I don't know exactly why. I've been told twice that there might be a match, and I think I'm getting the impression there is no match.
Well, look, that from my perspective now, she may tell me that I'm wrong. I just don't like to background. So the people, like I said, the people that we work with, they do this as this is their career. This is what they do. Now, we could go out and we could run you an ad campaign where we advertise that you're an investor and you're looking for opportunities to invest. Yeah, we could do that, and we could bring you a range of opportunities. It would obviously just be setting up something to show who you are, and setting up, like, if we were to do, yeah, I'm just trying to get my head around it. I'm just trying to understand sort of where you've been told why there is one and there isn't one. I think that's what I'm just trying to get my head around a little bit. Um,
Yeah, because finding properties, you can find them on websites like property filter, below market value deals.
yeah, for
Do I really need a marketing campaign for that?
I guess, like, I guess it depends really in terms of what you see the future looking like, right? So I think if you were to make this a career path where you wanted to continually keep investing in properties and sort of doing that, then yes, that's never going to harm you, because you're going to be presented with a number of opportunities. I guess if it's a one-off thing where you're sort of wanting to ensure that it sort of looks after your mum and your sort of personal circumstance, then maybe that's slightly different. Um, I think
Yeah, right. I mean, right now I don't know how far along this will go, so it's
no,
very
for sure.
early stages. But I mean, I do know that it could potentially get up to 4 properties. So,
Yeah, for sure.
so,
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
um,
Okay.
yeah. But typical person investors, how many properties do they have in your that you've worked with?
It can vary. Like, you'll have people, and it depends on the value. So I spoke to a lady this morning. She has she's got £1 million that she wants to invest into properties. So we're supporting, but she has that's her business. She's got sort of 7 or 8 properties already, commercial
Makes
properties
sense.
that she already deals with, and she's gone, look, I need, firstly, I need investors, because I've got property portfolio that I've got opportunities that I want to partner with people on, but I also have money that I want to invest. So what she's doing is almost like a direct sort of marketing campaign, which is allowing her to reach people that are looking for investors effectively. Or she's directing sort of deal sources. So, for example, a deal sourcer will say to you, hey, I've got this opportunity. They need £200,000. What do you think? And obviously you then get to have a look. So there
Oh,
is a there is a there is definitely, we can definitely help you, because we work with investors that are looking. It's just whether it's it it's just whether it makes sense to. And the reason why I say that, and now Farouz, who's my manager, she's the owner of the business. She may shoot me for this one, but I don't know if you're investing money like that, but you don't know sort of the long term implications of it. Why? Yeah, how paying £2,000 a month is going to be like, obviously to market that. I don't know. She may review this call and be like, I'm absolutely mad and I'm walking away from this out. I just don't know how much impact I can have for you when you're.
Yeah, you know the example you gave, that lady who's got
Mm,
the 1 million with the
yeah.
investors. What is she using the marketing campaign for again? Can you remind me the two things?
Yeah. So what she's basically doing is she is marketing. So what she's done is she has set up her LinkedIn. She's a
Yep.
property investor. So she's set up her LinkedIn to show that she's a property investor, and we're
Okay.
basically getting her to connect with people, like deal sourcing potential opportunities
Okay.
to invest that money. Now that's what we're doing. We also do it the other way, where she is looking for investors
Deals.
as well. Yeah, she's looking for potential. Or she's also looking for money for her business as well. So she's also using
Okay.
it as a way to connect with investors. So people like yourself. Um, so there is that way to do it. I don't know how. You've got obviously the
Okay.
direct to vendor model, which would be running like a paid campaign. Do you use LinkedIn at all? Do you do much?
Yes,
You
uh,
do.
not for property. Not
Not for
for property.
property. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. I'm just trying to, like I said, I'm just trying to get my head around how we can
Vendors.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah, how we can help you. Like there is definitely some cohesion of how we can help you, but what I want to do is make sure that it's going to be of value to you. Um,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
obviously,
Because
like I said,
two K is quite substantial, isn't it? It better be worth it. Uh,
yeah, for sure.
so
Yeah,
direct to vendor deals. I know the prop filter, and there's another one. I can't remember that. Property data, not property data. There's another one. Something property something. As
yeah,
a competitor of property filter, they've got below market value deals. But yeah, direct to vendor. You need a marketing campaign for that. Yeah, it's a bit more
yeah.
complex. I don't think they offer that.
No. So
So
we do. So you can do a direct to vendor ad. So basically, you run targeted Meta and Google Ads campaigns to
yeah,
effectively look for people. Targeting like location, property type.
yes,
Financial. There's that side. There's the organic sort of side,
leaflet.
like, yeah, which is sort of like direct messaging. You
Okay,
engage with agents and developers via LinkedIn. There's sort of like there's quite a it, basically we have it as what we call as like an investor deal pack is how we do it. So basically you have like a sort of multi sort of strand campaign that we would run. Like I said, one would be sort of looking at running targeted Meta and Google ads, at certain criteria. So we would do like a highly targeted campaign. But then there is also a potential to do some sort of organic stuff as well, um, where we would drive your LinkedIn. So we would connect with agents and property developers on like LinkedIn, and we would then message them and say, "Hey, just so you know, like I'm looking for opportunities. I've got this amount of money that I want to invest. Do you have anything that might be of interest?" Um, so that's how we tend to
okay.
do it. Like I said, we've
So,
run yeah
hmm.
we've run a number of campaigns like that, and sort of you know
It's not leafleting then. It's digital
No,
everything.
yeah, everything's digital. Yeah, we don't do anything like physical like that. So everything's digital
Okay.
now. Ultimately, we can with the way the targeting works for the paid advertising. It's very simple to narrow down location, buying signals, interests. You can go as granular with it as you want. You can go as high level with it as you want. So there's that way. So maybe that's
Okay.
maybe that's where Farouz is probably positioning you, is probably looking at some sort of campaign like that.
I think director Wender was what yeah, I think I remember the lady. I can't remember her name either.
Yeah,
uh, just like the
yeah,
guy, I can't remember the name.
no,
So yeah, she did mention the director Wender thing was going to be what you were going to speak about.
yeah, yeah,
But the 2K, is that the lady you gave an example of 1 million, she's seeking direct investment.
yeah.
um, she's got 7 or 10 property, you said.
Yeah, she's
Uh,
she's
I,
yeah. They've got a number of projects they work on. I think from what I understand about her business, she has sort of two sides. So one, she has
yeah,
properties that she
yeah,
has invested in herself, but then she has a number of
yeah.
large commercial properties with commercial opportunities
Mm,
where she's then seeking investment for that side. So she's got both sides of her business. She's got two
mm,
sides to her company.
makes sense.
So
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I think the economies of scale work out for her. I don't think it will work out for me. I'll be upfront with the 400,000 or 500,000. Um, I can't see any value paying £2,000 per
yeah,
month, right? It's not a
yeah.
one-off, is it?
No. So it's £2,000 a month for the management fee, and then it's £500 for the ad spend. So it's about 2.5 grand a month. So
Okay.
you're looking at, I guess over
Yeah.
like we're confident that we can generate opportunities for you to have conversations and whatnot. I guess it would just be working out the potential yield that you would get off the back of that from, if you're splitting, what did you say, about 500,000? If you're splitting
Yeah.
that across sort of 4 properties, looking at sort of what your yield would be over a period of time. Um, yeah,
Mm,
I can go ahead and send you some more information so you can digest it and have a look, and maybe we can have another conversation. But I think like I said, I understand. So now I've sort of racked it around in my brains, and we've sort of gone on this journey of having this conversation. I understand that yes, there is a synergy, and yes, there is an opportunity for us to do something for you because we can do direct to vendor ads piece to enable
mm,
you to have opportunities to have conversations. It's just like you said, is at the current climate of where you're at and the revenue that you've got for investment, does a two and a
mm.
half pound a month investment work? I don't know. That's a conversation that's for you to decide. So,
Yeah. I just need to know whether direct to vendor deals are they. I mean, are they difficult to find without actually by using sites
yeah,
like PropFilter,
yeah.
property, do they not provide direct to vendor deals?
I think they do, but I think what you obviously a lot of those, the idea of direct to vendor is that you cut out the deal sourcing. So where a deal sourcer will charge you, what was the lady I was talking to the other day? She's about £3,000 per deal.
All
So
right.
effectively, she'll charge you £3,000 for every opportunity that you take on
Okay.
um, as an investor. Obviously, the idea this way is that it's direct to the person who would be at the end. So you cut out the deal sourcer
Okay.
instead of paying. I guess in your instance, if you invested your money over 4 deals, you'd effectively be paying about £12,000 in deal sourcing fees. Whereas
Okay.
if you run an ad campaign with us for a month, 2 months, you're only going to pay sort of 5,000. So yes, I
Okay.
guess if you look at it from that perspective, yes, it makes complete sense because you're going to be saving yourself what
Hmm.
£7,000 in money. So yes, financially, it makes complete sense. So
All right. So you said LinkedIn was one of the areas. The other one you do is digital marketing, is it? To
yeah,
whom?
so you can either do it. You can either do it two ways. I guess the most effective and fastest way will probably be through the meta ads and the direct to vendor ads. And the reason why is because we can hone in and we're not waiting for people to connect back. One thing about LinkedIn is obviously there's only so much, you can only send so many connections every week. And
Yeah.
obviously you're almost at the mercy of people connecting back with you. I guess the other thing potentially is on your profile, because you don't have anything to do with property. I guess your current profile is probably linked to what you do in risk management, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So obviously it would take a minute to be able to, we'd need to sort of do a bit of revamping on there, and then we would then connect with
Mm.
people. So that would probably take slightly longer. I would say if you're looking for for something faster and quick, and I guess to get maximum sort of, shall we say, bang for your buck, I would say you would probably the direct to vendor ads is going to be the best way to do it. Like I said,
Got you.
you're
But
gonna. Sorry.
how do you target? How do you know that the people who are viewing the ads are actually vendors?
Yeah. Well, we do that through targeting. So we can walk you through the targeting system. So when you go on to set up ads, there's probably 20, if not 30 criteria. This is why paid advertising
All
is
right.
if you go on to there's a couple of websites. It's funny. You see people who have never done paid ads before, and they lose a £500 budget literally with the click of their fingers, because the setup and the way that you're targeting is very technical. That's why I
All
don't
right.
do it. Like, I can talk about it, but if you ask me to set up a campaign, I would have no clue.
Okay.
And that's why. So the targeting, like I said, you at a basic high level, you look for people that are location, potential types of properties. They do it based on like what they class as like financial distress signals. So you'll have people that are like posting up that potentially are looking for investors. But the criteria
Okay.
we set allows you to make sure you're targeting the right people. So yeah, but
Okay.
in terms of speed and time to market, it's the costliest route of marketing, paid advertising. But when done well, your yield and your results are good. And I think if you do
Mm.
like if you do a deal sourcing method, if you're paying 3,000 for every deal that you source and you're trying to do four of them, you're looking at sort of 12 grand initially.
Yeah.
Whereas with
I'm just
direct,
trying to
cutting it out.
trying
Sorry.
to trying to work out the effectiveness of this compared to a leafleting campaign.
Yeah,
Is
sure.
this is
It's
this
it's time. It's time, right? I think that's the other thing. It's time, and you're probably going to find opportunities and deals that aren't as prevalent on your property platforms. So there'll be
all right?
opportunities for you to invest, and ultimately it's a time thing. You think about if
Mm.
you were to go and leaflet and do that, it would take a lot of time. Whereas this is set up a campaign, make sure the targeting's done correctly. We would do all the creative and everything, and then off you go. So at least that way, I can. What I'll do is I can send you. We've got a couple of slide decks that I can send you. One shows you like the investor thing, but the other one is almost like a campaign that we've run for a couple of people very similar. So what I can then do is I can show you that, and then you can have a look and see sort of the results that they've also yielded out of theirs. So.
Sure. The approximate amount of leads, the lady whom you mentioned, how many has she been generating per month?
So she's only literally, we only had a conversation this morning, so she hasn't signed up with us yet.
Okay.
But you're probably looking at, and I should have the numbers here actually, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So you probably hang on, I'm just trying to find it where it's dotted on here. So one of the examples that we have on here is based around someone that was looking for HMOs.
Okay.
HMO properties. So they invested between 500 and 1,000 for the month. They generated between 15 to 20 leads per campaign that they were running.
Is that in a month?
In a month, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. And when you posted the ad, did you actually say you were looking for HMOs, or did you?
Yeah. So it's
okay.
it's specific. So that's the idea, is we go
Okay.
specific with the advertising. So then at least that way
Okay.
it's, because obviously if you put up that you're, if it's very
Yeah.
generic investment, yeah, you may have generated 40 leads, but if
But
you're
it's
looking
not
for something,
qualified.
yeah, you need the idea is with the way that the ads are set up, with the content, and also not just the words but also the imagery or the graphics or that sort of stuff. We want to obviously be
Okay.
attracting the right people. That's why we do what we
Got
do.
you. All right. Yeah. That's good to know. Yeah. If you can send me some slides, I will want to have a view of for the process.
Yeah, sure.
I may see some value, as I said to you, but as I said, the capital amount I'm investing is on the low side,
Yeah.
so I'm not too sure. But
Yeah. I guess it's
if
like I said, it's more so taking into account, like I said, if you're going to use a deal sourcer or something like that, like I said, bear in mind that an average deal sourcer, you're, like I said, the lady I spoke to last week, who hopefully is going to do some work with us, she's making 3,000 in commission for every deal that she sources.
it does sound like it could be of value, even with
Yeah,
the low capital amount.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
just like
mean,
I
it's
said,
just that. Yeah.
it's just that it's getting your head around a £2,500 investment. I think that's what it is, isn't it? When you're
Yeah, you're right. And also, just to let you know, I've never bought a property in my life.
Okay.
Uh,
So,
so
so this is a completely new
yeah,
field for you as well. No, that's fine.
yeah.
Like I said,
So
I can give you, like, we're very good at like transparency. This is all we do. We only do property, right? So we're not a generic agency that does this and car dealerships and
mhm.
other. We just do property, right? So if we put together something, we're confident that we can generate results, which is good. But I will send you some more info. Let me send you some case studies of some of the companies that we've worked with and clients, and all that stuff, and you can see what they've generated. Then go and do some research. Do some research. Have a look. If you wanna catch up again and book another call, then we can do that. But
uh,
like I said, just bear in mind, like, the deal sourcing cost, I think, is probably the expensive thing. So
deal sourcing. Sorry, last sentence. What do you say?
yeah, so like, for example, like I said, if you were to use a deal sourcer, the commission that you would
Oh
obviously
yes.
is charged either
Uh,
way. So
Got you. Yeah, I will still need to do the deal analysis once the leads are received, I
yeah,
suppose. But
yeah, I was going to
but
say, being in risk management, this is like
yeah, I need to wrap my head around this.
yeah.
I don't take many risks in life, which is probably a bad thing. But yeah, I think you explained it very clearly. I will once I receive your email, I will have a look,
Yeah, for sure.
and I can. For now, I'm not too sure if. I need to get my tax because there's a lot of hoops that I'm having to go through. I'm sorting a tax situation right now.
Yeah,
It might be some time before I actually get onto the buying a property or even think about advertising.
yeah, for sure. No, that's
So
really.
so
But it's whether it's now or whether it's in 3 months' time, 6 months, whatever needs. It's good
mm,
that we've had a conversation, and then we can keep chatting as we move
yeah,
forward.
I've got your contact on WhatsApp.
Yeah,
I'm not sure having a call too early will be productive because, as I said, I'm dealing with some taxation matters.
sure.
But I'm happy to continue contact with you on WhatsApp.
Yeah, that's
And
fine. Yeah, that's all good.
yeah, all
Yeah,
right, great,
amazing.
great.
Well, look,
Yeah,
I appreciate the time, and go and sit somewhere warmer.
will do. We have to get back to work on my computer screen.
I appreciate
thank,
your time.
thank you.
Thank you,
Nice,
Anuj.
nice speaking to you. Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Well, thank you.
See you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.